No Outsiders in our school is definitely a whole school ethos that we've got. We work incredibly hard across every single year group.
Equality means that everyone has equal rights.
It's important for no outsiders in our school because you can't get picked on by your own personality.
No Outsiders has been really well received in school. We have worked really hard with staff and pupils to share the message of all equal, all different, and we have made it very much part of the ethos of our school and the culture that we're trying to create within the school. And so it's very much a whole school project, a whole school ethos that we've wanted to work on and develop.
The head teacher and myself went on the training for No Outsiders, and after the training by Andy Moffat we came back really enthused and excited about the project. The first thing we did was had some meetings with the staff and told them all about the project and how the project was going to work.
We felt as a school that we, because of our intake, it was really important for our children to know about the diversity in the world and across the county, and we wanted to take part to make sure that they could understand what it is to live in Britain and how people are different, and we wanted to make sure they understood that the No Outsiders project helps them to see that everyone is welcome at our school, there are no outsiders, everyone is different and it's great to be different.
We feel that actually using picture books is very non-threatening and is a great way of actually encouraging children to accept difference and for children to learn about equality and each of the protected characteristics.
We hear children saying, you can't say that because we're all equal. That's something that's been heard said. And I think when you go into the classrooms, the children understand what No Outsiders is and they understand what we're trying to achieve from it.
The Equality Act is made by the government of everyone being treated equally from what they are, what their skin colour is and what their gender is and everything else about them.
We started on Teacher Day and we wanted the whole school to be involved, so it wasn't just with the teachers. We made sure that the learning assistants were there and SLT members were on board, and we also had all of the office staff, so the whole school were involved in it because we wanted it to become part of the fabric of the school. It wasn't just something that we were going to do through a lesson, the whole ethos needed to be involved with it.
Prior to that day, we met with the parents. We held parent meetings. We were available for those and we're really pleased about the reactions that we had from the parents. And I also met with the governors to make sure that the governors were fully involved in what we were doing, and they really were. They loved the projects and what we were doing.
People are homophobic in the world. I don't like people who are different, like gay, lesbian, bisexual and pansexual, like that. And I think if they weren't homophobic and they just embraced who they are, then the world would be really good because everyone would be happy.
There's kind of the whole ethos that everybody is included in everything that we do, and even though there's a lot of children within our school that come from a variety of different backgrounds, that just because we're different doesn't mean that, you know, we can't all get on and enjoy our school life together.
The Equality Act started in 2012. They were making sure that if the people were different, they wouldn't get left out. It's basically a law now. You have to follow the Equality Act.
I had my reservations at first. I don't have any reservations now at all. In fact, I think No Outsiders was a project that Badger Brook was ready. We had a gap, we had a space, and the No Outsiders programme just slotted into that space perfectly.
Was he meant to come back on that boat, do you think?
Even though they were different, their friendship found a way through. They all show respect because they wanted to make sure they were okay. And penguins may be a little smaller, but they still wanted to help.
The Tango did not have a mum and dad. She had a dad, and they were gay. But
the dad, before they had Tango, they wanted to have a baby, but as you know, boys can't have babies. The keeper of the penguins gave them an egg, and they hatched it like a mum and dad, and it hatched and they treated it the same. So I think it's a really good message for the people who are gay to, instead of staying out in the shadows, bring themselves out and say, I'm gay, but I'm proud.
Empathy means when you try to understand how someone else is feeling.
It doesn't matter what religion they are, or what colour hair, or what they like or stuff. It doesn't matter. They're all a part of this world. You still have to treat them how you want to be treated.
I had reservations, I guess, about how it would be accepted within the school. That all went out the window the first time I went into foundation. They were reading Mama, Mummy and Me, I think it was. I sat in foundation and I just watched. The children sat engrossed in this story and just loved the story for what it was.
To support the teachers and the teaching, I prepared some packs which had all of the books, and so the teachers can go to our bookcase, pick off the pack, and they can go and teach the lesson to make it as easy as possible for them.
We receive the lesson plans for each book, and it's set out really, really well, easy to understand and then to relate to the children. After each story we read about it, talk, and there's always an activity for us to do, which is great. The children are always so engaged in these activities. I've just done very simple sheets that goes with the you choose, I like and I don't like, and I cut out lots of different pictures, and then the children just picked out pictures which they did like and didn't like, and then we just spoke about that. Red rockets and rainbow jelly, we're just saying it's okay to like different things. They draw a picture of their friend and then they say Sally likes, it could be jelly, or Sally likes football, and then they'll draw a picture of their friend, so we display that as well, and the children love seeing their work up. Books, they're just amazing. I really like all of the books.
We were worried about parents because we have experienced some prejudice and we didn't know how they were going to react. So all of SLT went to the meetings. We ran 4 meetings for parents. All of SLT turned up for the meetings to support the leaders in school, but it was not what we expected. Parents had got some very real questions and some very good questions, but the bit that really surprised us was that actually some of the parents began to answer the other parents' questions about why it was important to do it, when some parents were worried about the impact it would have. So actually the parent bit for us, even though we were very worried about it, was an incredibly positive experience.
And it does open up, like you say, different conversations that necessarily I wouldn't have had with him until he was much older. But I think it's really important to have them at a young age, because then they go through from being 5, learning that that's okay.
Now that he's got friends from different cultures, friends that do things differently, he's more willing to try different things, try and understand different things.
My little boy, he's in year 4 now. He started when he was in year 3. He's actually got a brother who's he's got severe autism and learning difficulties. And he came home and he was really happy, because it says it enabled him in class to talk about his brother, and he got that conversation going, and saying that just because he can't talk and this, that and the other, that people can't be mean to him. And it was really nice because people in class started asking him about him. Once this started, I did find more children were coming up to me in school and asking for signs, so when Alfie comes in they can speak to him. And it just brought all that in, and just made George aware that people knew that Alfie was autistic, but he wasn't different. That was really nice. The books in school have really helped.
We were talking about no outsiders lessons and assemblies. What different words about no outsiders would come into your head?
Everyone's welcome. Everyone should be treated the same. Respect. If someone's from a different country, you should still let them go where they want to go. So everybody have their equality and appreciation for who you are, and you can be who you want to be.
I actually had a parent come in to me before Christmas, a Muslim parent, who came up to me and he said, I was worried that with you being a white head that you wouldn't accept people who were Muslim or that we wouldn't be treated in the same way. He said, and then I saw your posters, he said, and I've heard the children speak, he said, and I know absolutely my children will be treated equally, and that was really lovely to hear.
Knowing when it came in that it was there and everyone was so accepting, for me personally, allowed me to open up more with my son. My son's father is gay. Up until then we never had like a sit down talk about that. To be able to broach that with him, knowing it wasn't a problem with his friends and it was an accepting school, that I felt safe having that conversation with him, really helped a lot.
We don't judge anybody in this school. No outsiders also means letting everyone join in and not leaving anyone out because they're different or have any disabilities.
You need to be prepared for questions and sort of reactions to this that might not be what you expect, but can be equally important because it opens up a conversation that you don't think that you'd necessarily have.
That's what No Outside is about. It's just that you just have you accept people to be their friends, and also if they're, for example, different skin colors, you can still accept them. It doesn't matter if you're different. It's just the meaning of life is just to be happy.
Everybody is welcome in our school.
Everyone is welcome in our school.